Today I have another LaserDisc haul for you. I ordered a lot of LaserDiscs from eBay. Once again, I am back on a LaserDisc jag, so I'm going to unbox these, show you what I got, and talk a little bit about the titles. Let's get into it. What's up, physical media fans? I have another lot of LaserDiscs for you today. Flo and I will be opening these up and telling you a little bit about what we got. I do have my microphone that I mentioned in a previous video that I ordered a while back. So hopefully it's picking up okay. The test I did before I started this video went okay, so I'm hoping the audio sounds okay. All right, so this packaging is not, oh, maybe there's a box in there. I thought it felt like they just wrapped up the LaserDiscs, and maybe they did, but maybe there's a box. Hopefully there is, because I think poly bags for LaserDiscs, not the most secure. Well, being proven wrong as I go, because this is hard to open. So it might be secure in that it's hard to open up, but as far as getting tossed around in the back of post office trucks and whatnot, it's in boxes, so that's good. That gives it a little more structure. Wow, I guess they take this seriously. So this seller, actually, I was doubtful at first with those poly bags, but looks like they really wrap these securely. So that's good. Ooh, that sound was awful. It'll take me a while just to get to the opening the box portion of this unboxing video. So these I'm definitely going to be offering these at the Randolph Street Market that I'm doing in a few weeks here in Chicago. So if you're in Chicago and you want to check out, I'm going to grab something. You want to check out the Randolph Street Market. They actually sent me little postcard flyers. It looks like they just wrapped these with saran wrap. So I've been saying the 24th and 23rd, or the 24th and 25th. I keep forgetting what the actual day is, but it is the 23rd and 24th. It's Memorial Day weekend. Here we go. So Randolph Street Market, May 23rd and 24th. They're also going to have it in July, September, November, and December. So if this goes well in May, I'll probably do those other ones. It's indoor, outdoor. I'll be inside. If you do visit, if you're in the area and you come by, say hi to me. Say that you saw me on YouTube. I'll give you a little present. So let's see. They wrapped. So we have a box, and they wrapped in newsprint, which is excellent. I love having extra newsprint for my packing. So I will reuse these. And we have on the top and I'm gonna move this because this is just unwieldy. But this is an underrated thriller slash horror adjacent film called Mute Witness. It's actually really good, and I really don't hear anybody talking about it, but it's a good one. This cover is pretty fun with the sewn lips that say mute. So that's kind of cool. I don't remember when this is from. Mid-90s? I don't know, it doesn't say. But we have our first one, deluxe widescreen presentation, Mute Witness. One of the things that you need to look for with LaserDiscs is something that is often usually called disc rot. And it can happen to CDs as well. But luckily, I haven't really seen that yet. I know that they can delaminate. They can actually come apart. There we go. But that one looks good. The leaving on, a lot of folks, when they got their LaserDisc, would leave on the shrink wrap, the factory shrink wrap. And it's fine, it's good. It definitely keeps your slip covers nicer, but I have seen a few where it actually pulls in the loose corners. So where the disc isn't, you have these corners, and it ends up creasing. But this one didn't, obviously. Next we have this thriller, The Negotiator, with Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey. Obviously, Kevin Spacey is persona non grata right now due to being a creep and a whatever, a predator. I only say whatever because I don't actually know the story. I know that he got Me Too'd, and that's about it. So I don't know details. But I do know that he has been MIA for a while, and probably for good reason. So this is another widescreen. This one is a police or FBI or whatever negotiator has to negotiate a hostage situation with an ex-negotiator. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what it is. So, directed by F. Gary Gray. I don't really know that person. Next we have Twister, this classic kind of action. Is it an action film? I guess so. People chasing after tornadoes. Got a little crease here in this inner sleeve. That's okay. Here's a little fun fact about Twister. I have mentioned a couple times that I worked in LA for a company that did film advertising. For the year or so before I left, I moved away from LA. They were moving into doing behind the scenes documentaries and that type of stuff, not just TV spots and trailers, which is what they did for the majority of the time I worked for them. And at one point, I was making a recording of behind the scenes thing that we were doing for Twister. And it was for the DVD release, extras, you know, making of a Twister, I think it was called, Anatomy of a Twister, something like that. So I was making a copy of it, and I saw in the credits, I saw my name. So I have a credit on the making of Twister because I was an assistant editor on that. Next we have Steven Seagal's Hard to Kill. So Steven Seagal had his heyday, right, in the 80s, early 90s maybe, where he was using his Aikido, his quick break a guy's wrist, hand movements and stuff in a lot of different action films. They just shoehorned him into everything. Now we kind of know him as a bit of a joke. I've seen his Aikido demonstrations where he really is just kind of lazily going through the motions, and there are some students or shills who are plants who would come at him and get tossed aside, you know, in a soccer flop type of way. And he is a big fan of Russia and Vladimir Putin. He tries to say it with a weird Russian accent when I've heard him say it. So I don't know what's up with this guy. I think maybe he just had a huge ego and a big downfall, and things didn't work out the way he wanted them to. Desperate Measures with Michael Keaton and Andy Garcia. This is another film that I worked on the advertising for. And in fact, we had a little, like, I don't know, friendly competition maybe it was to see who could get promotions or whatever, where we, being the production assistants and assistant editors, were tasked, challenged to make a TV spot for this film, and I made one, but I mean, who knows? That is lost a long time ago. We used to use 9 gigabyte removable hard drives, and now I upload these videos, a 10-minute video, and it's like 15 gigs. So times have definitely changed since I was in that world. And then I did science education for a very long time after moving away from editing, because that's what I did. Is I was assistant editor and then an editor, and now I guess I'm a little bit back to it, making YouTube videos. I mean, I wouldn't call myself a filmmaker or anything, or an editor even, but working with this stuff for the first time in decades, I feel like I'm getting a taste for these things again. All right, next few we have Backdraft, kind of a crime thriller. Somebody's an arson and they got to find out who it is. It's got a Baldwin in it. Is it William Baldwin? Kurt Russell's in it. Donald Sutherland is in it. He's really good. Robert De Niro. Rebecca De Mornay, Jennifer Jason Leigh. Wow. Scott Glenn. This is a stacked cast. One of the studio... These look good. One of the studio... What, do I remember this correctly? Universal Studios. They had a Backdraft, like, presentation. This has a solid sleeve inside of it. Where, you know, as the audience, you would get pretty close to the fire. I remember feeling the heat of the pyrotechnics that they were using in that thing. That's kind of cool. Next we have this Al Pacino thriller, Sea of Love, with the woman. Oh, John Goodman's in it. Ellen Barkin. And this is another one where somebody left the plastic, the shrink wrap on, but it's really snug on there. Looks good. These all look good. Great. I would prefer this sleeve to be open side up. Next we have Daylight. Sylvester Stallone gets trapped in a tunnel, I think. There's flooding. I don't remember why they're trapped in there. I only saw this trailer. Daylight does for the tunnel what Psycho did for showers, says Pat Collins of WWOR TV in New York. I doubt it, just because I don't think this movie did that well. Looks good though. All of these LaserDiscs are in great shape. It does for tunnels what Psycho did for showers. Ooh, somebody was trying to get a pull quote, and they did. They got their pull quote featured on the release. Next, we have The Specialist, an action shoot-'em-up thriller with Sharon Stone and Sylvester Stallone. It doesn't have a Pat whoever quote on this one. Directed by Louis Yosa. I don't know that person. I didn't see this one. The government taught him to kill. Now he's using his skill to help one woman seek revenge against the Miami underworld. Does this one not have a sleeve? Maybe that other... Oh no, it's in there. Just didn't come out. I put my sleeves in open side up just because if you tilt these things and it's open side out, they have a tendency to roll out your LaserDisc. So that gives an extra little bit of protection. I just prefer it that way. I don't need them to roll out. I don't need to access my LaserDiscs instantly. Next, we have Internal Affairs with Andy Garcia and Richard Gere. So these are mostly all thrillers, right? I already said a horror adjacent one, but yeah, it's all thrillers. This one's from the 80s, early 90s. I don't even remember, but looks good. It'll go in my pool of LaserDiscs to sell at the market on May 23rd and 24th this month, in a few weeks. But that's it. So how many did I get? 12? Something around there. So I got a bunch of LaserDiscs. I'm excited to comp these, price them out, and put them in the market in my booth, but also I will have them on eBay at some point. So if you're interested in physical media, I have quite a few things, a couple hundred things for sale in my eBay store. I pointed down because I put the link in the description as usual. I would appreciate it if you wanted to buy any of those things, that you buy it from me. But I also appreciate that you watched this far. If you want to like and subscribe, I would also appreciate that. All kinds of appreciation for you. But either way, you're going to see me the next time I post. Thanks.